Infidelity. It's a word that brings pain, betrayal, and heartache to many. When one partner cheats, the emotional consequences can be devastating, leaving deep wounds on both individuals involved. But why do people cheat? What are the psychological triggers? And what can we learn from Buddhism to navigate these tumultuous waters? In today's video, we're going to explore the hidden truth behind infidelity and how the teachings of Buddha can offer us a path to healing and transformation. The roots of infidelity. At the core of infidelity lies a powerful emotion, desire. In Buddhist philosophy, desire is not just about craving material things or pleasures. It's a deeper yearning, a craving for validation, excitement, or even escape from emotional emptiness. Buddha taught that desire is one of the key forces that drive our actions, often leading us down paths that can cause suffering. When we feel unfulfilled or neglected, we may subconsciously seek ways to fill that void. This search for fulfillment is what often drives a person to cheat. It's not always about the other person being better or more attractive. Sometimes it's about the longing for something new, something to make us feel alive again. However, just like any other desire, this craving is insatiable. No matter how many times we attempt to satisfy it, the void remains. The more we chase fleeting pleasures, the more we distance ourselves from true happiness, which comes from within. The consequences of infidelity. Infidelity isn't just a betrayal to the partner involved. It's a betrayal to oneself as well. The act of cheating often leads to a deep sense of guilt and shame. In Buddhist terms, this is referred to as karma, the cycle of actions and their consequences. Infidelity can create a ripple effect that extends far beyond the moment of the affair. Trust is shattered, relationships are broken, and emotional wounds are inflicted. But what's often overlooked is the toll infidelity takes on the person who cheats. It's easy to assume that the cheater is simply selfish or callous, but underneath, they may be grappling with their own emotional turmoil, feelings of inadequacy, or unresolved issues. Their actions, driven by desire and seeking external validation, only reinforce their internal dissatisfaction. Buddha taught that all actions are karmic in nature. They create consequences that eventually come back to us. The pain caused by infidelity doesn't just impact the one who's cheated on. It also affects the person who's chosen to betray trust. This is why it's essential to understand that infidelity's effects are both external and internal. It's a cycle of suffering that must be acknowledged and healed. The path to healing. What Buddhism can teach us. Buddhism offers profound insights on how to deal with the pain of infidelity and move towards healing. The key to healing lies in understanding the nature of our desires and emotions and finding ways to release attachment to them. Buddha's teachings guide us toward mindfulness, compassion, and self-awareness, tools that can help us navigate the aftermath of infidelity. Mindfulness, observing our emotions. The first step in healing is to become aware of our emotions. Whether you're the one who has been cheated on or the one who has committed the act, mindfulness allows us to see our feelings clearly without getting overwhelmed by them. In moments of emotional distress, we often react impulsively, driven by anger, resentment, or guilt. But by practicing mindfulness, we learn to sit with our feelings and observe them without judgment. For example, if you're the one who has been betrayed, mindfulness helps you to process the pain without letting it consume you. If you're the one who cheated, mindfulness allows you to recognize the deeper feelings of dissatisfaction or emptiness that led to the betrayal, giving you the opportunity to address these root causes rather than focusing on the actions alone. Compassion, embracing ourselves and others. Buddhism teaches that compassion is essential for healing. We must first extend compassion to ourselves, acknowledging our pain and suffering without judgment. This self-compassion allows us to move beyond shame and guilt and begin the process of self-forgiveness. For the one who has been cheated on, compassion involves not only understanding the pain caused by the betrayal, but also recognizing that the person who cheated is also suffering in their own way. It doesn't mean excusing their actions, but rather acknowledging that everyone is imperfect and struggles with their own challenges. By cultivating compassion, we open the door to healing for both ourselves and others. Non-attachment, letting go of the past. One of Buddha's most powerful teachings is the concept of non-attachment, letting go of our attachment to outcomes, desires, and expectations. In the case of infidelity, it's essential to release the attachment to what has happened and not let it define us. This doesn't mean forgetting or pretending that the betrayal didn't hurt, but rather it means letting go of the need to control the past and focusing on the present moment. The journey to healing begins when we stop clinging to the idea of what our relationship should have been and embrace the reality of the present. By practicing non-attachment, we free ourselves from the emotional burden of holding on to past mistakes and are better able to move forward, whether we choose to rebuild the relationship or go our separate ways. Forgiveness, healing the heart. Forgiveness is a crucial aspect of healing in Buddhism. It doesn't mean condoning the hurtful action, but it means freeing ourselves from the emotional weight of holding on to anger and resentment. Holding on to negative emotions keeps us tied to the past, preventing us from moving forward. Forgiving doesn't come easily, especially in cases of betrayal. But through self-reflection, mindfulness, and compassion, forgiveness becomes possible. It's a process that may take time, but ultimately, it's the key to releasing the pain and finding peace. Rebuilding trust, the long road ahead. Trust is one of the most fragile aspects of any relationship, and once it's broken, it's not easily repaired. However, Buddhism teaches that change is always possible. Both partners must be willing to embark on a journey of growth, self-awareness, and sincere effort to rebuild trust. For the one who is cheated, it involves taking full responsibility for their actions, showing transparency, and demonstrating their commitment to change through consistent actions. For the one who has been betrayed, it means allowing time for healing, being patient with the process, and ultimately deciding whether or not to trust again. Buddhism teaches that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it also provides the tools to transform that suffering into an opportunity for personal growth. In relationships, this means not allowing betrayal to define us, but instead using it as a catalyst for change and transformation. Conclusion. Infidelity is painful, and its effects can last for years. However, by applying the teachings of Buddha, we can find a way to heal, grow, and even rebuild the bonds that were once broken. Infidelity, like all suffering, can be a powerful teacher. By practicing mindfulness, compassion, non-attachment, and forgiveness, we can find peace, not only with others but with ourselves. The path to healing is not easy, but it is possible. The most important lesson we can take from Buddhism is that through self-awareness and sincere effort, we have the power to transform even the deepest wounds into opportunities for personal growth and deeper love. Thank you for watching, and may you find peace and happiness in your journey ahead.